So today's going to be fun. We got a message yesterday in the Knoxville Electric Vehicle Association Facebook group that this guy just installed a level 2 charger at his Airbnb and needs someone with an electric car to come test it out. So I'm going to go down to Sevierville, Tennessee, which is where the Airbnb is, test it out, see what power I can pull from it, and just talk to the guy about why he decided to install a charger, what he thinks it will benefit his Airbnb, and any other properties that he has, because I think he does have a couple others. So I'm going to head down there, see what I can do at that charger, and just talk to the guy and have a good time. So let's go. All right, so we're here at 3214 Bear Country Way.
Yeah, Bear Country Way.
Bear Country Way. So just tell us a little bit about the property. How long have you been doing this, and when is this going to be on the market?
Yeah, so this is Smoky Mountain Serenity cabin. So this is our second short-term rental that we got. Our first property we started about 2 years ago is in Nova Scotia called Seaside Serenity. So we sort of kept with the little
nice
Serenity name because we wanted to create relaxing getaways for people. Nice places where they can just come, get away from it all, relax. You know, being here in the mountains in the Gatlinburg area is just amazing and beautiful. And that's sort of what, led to is like for the EV charger. We wanted to put it in so it's a way so guests don't have to worry. They have an electric vehicle, they want to go explore the areas, they've got a place to charge. And there's not many around this area.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, you looked on Airbnb and like how many total
There's like
properties?
27 total properties that have electric vehicle chargers, which that kind of drove us to make that decision as well to add one in here, like we have in Nova Scotia, Canada too.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's a pretty minimal investment, but just a couple bookings and then it pays for itself.
Yep, absolutely.
Like you said earlier, it adds to the like search engine optimization because you can search for it as an amenity, which is really cool as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're bringing an EV, or I know you mentioned like rentals will sometimes provide EVs. I had a friend who unexpectedly got an EV and she had no idea what to do with it. So this would be great if you suddenly do that, and then you get to experience the joy of an EV, which is just you plug it in and you don't have to worry about going to a gas station or anything. You just plug it in like you do with your phone. And you said that you did the install yourself. What did that look like?
I'm extremely handy, so I know how to do all the stuff. I've done that type of work before. For some people it can be intimidating because you got to add a new circuit breaker in, so you got to make sure your electrical panel has enough amperage and capacity in it, and then basically getting the right size wire. We did a Grizzly level 2 40 amp charger, so it needs to be on the proper size circuit. So it's actually on a 60 amp circuit with 6 gauge wiring running to it, so that way there's just no worries whatsoever. So if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a little intimidating, but electricians, they install them all the time, no problem at all. I'm an engineer by trade and do electrical design stuff at work all day long, and I know all the codes and the requirements and stuff like that. So for me, it's it's no big deal, but for other people it can be a little intimidating, but it's not that much work. Probably just a little bit over half a day.
Yeah, he knocked it out yesterday, half a day.
Yeah, just to put it in.
Nice. And you can find used or returned chargers for pretty cheap.
Yeah, we got this one. It was an Amazon open box deal. We bought the Grizzly charger in Nova Scotia mainly because we saw the ruggedness of it. It's rated to like negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 and something.
So we're good
and then 100 and something. And
I think we'll be fine for
they're
a
just
while.
built for extreme weather. So we knew we wanted to get the same one. There's a lot of other chargers out there that you can buy for like $150 and stuff like that. But like, we want something we don't have to worry about. So we had this one saved in our Amazon cart and just kept looking at it. And all of a sudden I saw that there was an open box offer, like $250, brand new open box. So we're like, okay, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And then open up the box. Everything was so good. Michael here was kind enough to, volunteer his time to come out and try it out just to make sure it was working properly before we have, guests actually staying.
Yeah.
Yep. Got the full 40 amp pull, 10 kilowatt charging, which is great. I mean, again, that's plenty to fill up overnight. Even if you go out into the mountains and go out and explore, you'll still certainly be able to refill most of what you would need, if not more than what you need, just coming back and plugging in before you go to sleep. Cool. Well, thanks guys for installing that, adding more EV accessibility to the area.
People more options, and EVs are getting so much more popularity, so more and more people are going to have them, and it's just just a great feature to have.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
best of luck with your rental.
Thank you so much for checking us out. And this is Smoky Mountain Serenity. We are going to be available on Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, and direct booking as well. And you can find us on socials as well at Smoky Mountain Serenity. Yep. And we're very excited to welcome guests. It's already available, so make sure you jump on there and go ahead and book your stay.
Thank you, guys.